All right, so I've used a stick from the environment to kind of mark where we're working. He's obviously interested in this, so I'm gonna put, instead of making a really blood path, I want him nose to the ground.
Okay.
So if we were using something other than blood, which the dog already has an attraction to, we would be pairing that source, that odor with food for like a while before we would, but you'll see I'm doing, so we started here, chunk of blood, chunk of blood, chunk of blood, there's some more blood. So I'm gonna do more chunks of blood, and then where was my ending point? I'm gonna end right here with 2 pieces of meat.
Okay.
And so again, I'm using a couple of sticks that are noticeably different to mark my starting and ending point. And so now I'm going to take him and I'm going to take him to my starting point, and I'm going to tell him, Rooster, find it. Find it, Rooster. So see, he doesn't know yet. There we go. Okay. So he's past it. I'm going to let him problem solve for a minute, and then I'll bring him back. Good boy. Good boy. Come on, Rooster. Find it. Good find. Good boy. Good boy. Find it, Rooster. Find it. Good boy. Good boy. So that might have been a little bit too advanced for him to begin with. He was really interested in it, so I wanted to see what he would do. So there's some esophagus and some lung tissue there for him. Nothing that'll hurt him. A bunch of gross stuff that they really like. But that's his reward when he gets to the end of it, is some deer meat of some sort. And sometimes I'll use chunks of meat. Sometimes I'll use chunks of body parts like liver, kidneys. The best things to use are liver and lung tissue, because typically when you gut shot, you're going to have some liver or some liver enzymes in that blood. Like, that's going to be a smell that they're going to smell. You're going to have, intestines, that type of stuff. So I'll use a lot of that type of stuff when I'm processing the deer.
Okay.
I'll kind of empty out, chunks of intestine and then throw that in this pack. And then I'll use actual chunks of meat too, from just the odd cuts that, whatever I have left, I'll chunk. Come on. So I'm going to bring him back over here. Come on. So we don't know our find it command yet. So this time I'm going to make it a little bit thicker. I just kind of wanted to see what he would do. I'll hand him off to you.
Nope.
So I have a jar of blood this time around. So I'm going to make the trail just a little bit thicker. Take him right where I want him to go. This should keep the nose to the ground pretty much the entire time. Just keep him back for 1 second, and I'm going to drop this, and I'll tell you when to run him. There we go. We got some liver at the end of it, so you can go ahead and give him the command, find it.
Okay, find it. Rooster, find it.
So what we want him to establish in these early days, he should hear find it and drop that nose to the ground, like there's something for me on the ground when he hears find it.
Find it.
So once he's run through enough patterns of this, what he'll learn is that this line leads to something good. So we're going to run him on this same line, probably 4 or 5 different repetitions on this same line before we're going to move on to the next thing. We'll move this somewhere else. We're going to work him in this little distance, because as old as he is, he should be tracking here. And this is my bad that I didn't start him younger. If he was 8 weeks old, I'd have been stopping him right here. So we've got him started here, and I'd have been stopping him here. At an 8-week-old puppy, I'd set him down so that they can smell the food in front of them. And we want them realizing that when I smell this, that there's a reward at the end of it. Does that make sense? Yeah. And so, let's go ahead and take him back off the trail.
Let's go. Let's go. Come on.
This time I'm going to use a little bit of hide. So we're going to add some scent factor. There's deer hide here that's got This is an old hide, so the hair is falling right out of it. So we're going to throw some deer hair. These old hides, when they've been frozen and thawed and then refrozen 100 times, are great for this. Get the hook my stick that we were using to mark the end of it. So again, just something from the environment. You don't want anything noticeable. You don't want to use flags. There's my stick.
Oh yeah.
You don't want to use like flags or cones or anything like that, because you don't want your dog tracking with a cone in mind when you're going to be out working in the field. So it's not quite ready yet. Let me get this and add more blood. So we've got blood, we've got hair, and then at the end of it, we've got more liver. A couple chunks of liver there. All right.
And you just simply say find it?
Yep, I use find it is my tracking command.
Come on, Rooster, find it.
Good boy. So see, we're getting some movement.
Boy.
Now, I'll let them go backwards for a minute and then reset themselves, because they'll figure it out. Good boy. Good boy. You can, yeah. I usually just tell them they're a good boy while they're eating it. Good boy. Good find, Rooster. Good find it. Good boy. Good boy. So he got through that one a little bit easy. We're going to run him one more time.
Okay.
And then I think we're going to move to a different spot.
You don't want any turds now. He's got the good
More,
stuff.
yeah, he's not eating horse poop anymore. He's got something good.
Good boy. Yeah, good boy. Yes.
More deer blood.
Oh, he's so pretty.
There's lung tissue in the bottom of this too. So lung tissue is another good one, because it's common for people to get a lung shot, and those will run. And so if you're tracking it, it's because it ran. You're not tracking something that you dropped, you know, obviously.
Find it. Or is it?
Yeah, it's ready. You're good.
Find it.
Good boy. Good boy. So you see how much more solid that's getting? The nose was to the ground the whole time.
Oh yeah.
He was following it. So he's getting the idea of what this looks like. So with his age, if I had started him at 8 weeks old, we'd probably be doing double this right now. And it would not be a straight line. It would be dots. So what we're going to do on this next one is, I'm not going to move us, but I am going to change it up a bit. I'm going to double the length here. I may have to start another video. This one may be getting too long.